Hello, everyone. We are here today with Brian Saxton, and for the past couple of months, Brian's been, contemplating where he should be studying next quarter, albeit with management or sociology. So, Brian, let me ask you, how are you feeling today? How are you doing?
I'm feeling fine, Andy. I'm well.
You sleep well last night?
I did. I woke up this morning and I knew what I wanted to do.
Yep. So the decision has been made. You're not sitting here and we don't unknown or anything?
The decision has been made.
So, what are some of the factors that, contributed to the process of deciding?
Well, it's really been a wonderful process in these last couple months of weighing the options and working with different groups of faculty in the classroom and on research. I found it to be a very learning experience. On the sociology side, you got a really wonderful group of faculty. I've taken some really remarkable courses there. Doug Downey had this quarter for sociology of education. He's a fine educator. Really cares about his students, really cares about his research, really active, and he really did a good job in that class. And I want to also mention Rachel Dwyer, who I've had 2 classes with last year, who graciously volunteered to write me a letter of recommendation. I think she's a really remarkable teacher. She's an assistant professor, junior faculty, but yet she put a lot of effort in her classes, and I thought it was really interesting, when Doug asked us at the beginning of the quarter what our favorite class was. Several people in that room said one of Rachel's. She's a really remarkable teacher and a really special person. So to have the chance to build those relationships, that meant a lot. I've come to work since July with a group of faculty in the MHR department also, who I respect very much. I had a class with Sharon Alvarez, and I've worked with Jay Barney now. These people are very serious scholars. I think I can be very successful with them too. So, I would feel good about either one of those choices. I think that both of them offer me the potential to become the scholar that I want to be. But, there's also some cons too. I think the management department, there's a lot of bureaucracy around my decision to change programs, which could have presented some difficulty. It was not clear that they were interested in having me. And so, it might have been easier to go to sociology, even though that would certainly take longer. I would have more coursework to take. I'd have to write a master's thesis. I would be there for quite a while. And also I would be out of university for 6 months while I waited on my funding to start. So that was kind of a problem, and it had to be considered. Both those options had some pros and some cons.
Were there any other important factors that contributed to your decision?
Well, also I would talk about the students. Obviously, over the years that I've been in Fisher in the management department, I built up a lot of relationships that I cherish very much. Allie Dockner and Beth Finley are going to be great scholars. And, I share an office with them. I call them my work wives. I mean that very seriously. They've been very important in my development. And, to turn my back on that would be something I don't want to do. The rest of the PhD students in Fisher, both on the micro and macro sides, have been nothing but supportive. They've been very valuable to me. June Park is a wonderful friend. She's right behind me in my office, and I see her almost every day, and I cherish that very much. Susan Young and Chris Welter, these good older examples. The first year cohort, they're smart kids. They kind of make us look bad. Chris Sutter in particular, is a second year guy. He's finding his way. He's been to Haiti and he has a YouTube video of his adventures there, for goodness sake. Working with these people has really been a joy. They're friends and colleagues. On the other hand, in sociology also, a very good student group. Every seminar I take with them, I'm impressed by their abilities. Their research is very strong. They partner well with the faculty. Everybody gets along. It really is, the people on both sides are a very important factor in my decision, but that's a hard factor because they're both very good.
All right, so I think the time has come, Brian. The question, where will you be studying next quarter, winter 2011? What is your decision?
Well, Andy, it's hard, but next quarter, in the winter, I'll be taking my talents right back where they are now, to Fisher College of Business, the Department of Management, where I'll be taking general exams in the winter quarter or the start of the spring. I'll be working with a very outstanding committee of Sharon Alvarez, Jay Barney, Ben Campbell, and Ray Noe, who I'm very confident that they're going to help me learn what I need to learn during the comprehensive exam process. Fill in some of the gaps that I have. I think that's the best situation for me. And the chance to progress my degree.
But not to interrupt you, Brian, we've actually just had some word from the Sociology department, I've been told, in Townshend Hall, and some people there have been burning some of your papers. Would you like to respond to that?
Well, that hurts. Like I said, we have close relationships. I've really enjoyed the time I spent there and the people. I understand why they're upset, but I hope that my true friends over there, my true fans, will recognize why I made this decision. It's not a reflection on them. It's a matter of how can I move on, move through this program, move through the experience, get a job, in a timely fashion. I really hope that they understand.
Any final words, Brian?
There's a couple people that I need to thank that, I mentioned a little bit. First of all is my wife, Elizabeth, who's been very supportive in this process. I love her very much. She's a source of joy to me. Some certain times have been difficult in these last few months. This decision is the culmination of a long process, as we've mentioned, but her support has meant the world to me. I'd also like to thank Benjamin Campbell from the management department, who's been a friend and mentor for me, for almost the entire time I've been a PhD student at Fisher. He really is remarkable. I'm not successful yet by any means. I have a long way to go, but I'm sure that if I am successful, I'll be one of many students who he's helped in his career. And I really also want to thank Sharon Alvarez. She picked me up off the floor and helped me grow to my potential. We've got a great paper now, one that I'm very excited about. I'm sure that the dissertation process, she's going to be very helpful. I really am taking this job to study with her. And I really look forward to our collaboration through this PhD process and for many years to come. Finally, I'd like to thank the Ohio State academic team. They're good friends. My teammates from Bowling Green are some of my best friends in the world, and I cherish them very much, and I always have, and I still do. 10 years on, those guys are very dear friends of me, and I've been very fortunate in my second collegiate experience to have friendships that are as strong. Despite our age difference, you and the other members of the OSWAT have been very key for me in everything I've done in Ohio State. This process most especially. I want to thank you, Andy, for agreeing to interview me today.
Oh, it's not a problem at all.
You've, like I said, you're a good friend, and I think you've helped me get my message across, which was important. A lot of things I said today I needed to say.
That's excellent. Well, everyone, there you have it. Brian Saxton. He will be returning home to Fisher College in the Department of Management for winter 2011. All right, thanks, everyone.